secret society known as Sigma Pi Phi, acronym the Boule, B-O-U-L-E, were intrigued by the fact that this group of men could have been in existence and we not know about them. And even other brothers and sisters. I remember talking to a brother who had been National Executive Secretary of Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma, been in fraternity land 37 years, had heard nothing of the Boule ever, though its founder had been a member. And so we also know that we've had many black people who've been a member of it and have never ever broken the code or the creed and spoken to one who was a non-member. Though they pledge and swear that their goal is to represent you, you will have a hard time believing it when they don't even seek to let you know that they who help you are. July 18th, 1990, the Los Angeles Times did a front page story on the left column about elite fraternity of black men. Excuse me, brother. This elite fraternity of black men were described in the article as being influential, as being somewhat like Skull and Bones at Yale. And as it said these things, I was a little in awe, as the others, brothers in African Minds United and the Coalition Against Black Exploitation, as we all were intrigued by the fact that this group of men could have been in existence and we not know about them. As we began to talk about it with other people around the country, we began to realize that people didn't know about it. His goal is to never speak of the high, white, and mighty whom the Boule, all 3,300, are sworn to protect. Yes, these brothers that we are pushing up against the wall have taken a sworn oath that they will never expose the whites that they know actually run the world. They have agreed to maintain the status quo of white supremacy, which has two levels of white supremacy: a local, limited, parochial side, the Ku Klux Klan, the Reardons, the Kenny Hans, the local clans, but has a powerful, more mighty upper crust, which probably would include Occidental Petroleum and Arco and Exxon and Mobil Oil and the Rockefeller Foundation and other influential, wealthy families and institutions. So to get into the Boule, a person has to recommend you. Your name is taken to a Boule committee. The committee investigates your history. Having investigated your history, they have a vote recommending you for membership or not. Then you are approached and asked. In other words, thousands may be investigated and never initiated. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
In fact, here's some Boule song. Boule is steeped in symbolism. Here's a picture of Emmett Scott, who I showed you on that article, as he became the grandsire Archon at the meeting that was held in Los Angeles in 1941. And I said, as I mentioned earlier, isn't it strange that the Boule meets in Los Angeles and meets up at the Greek Theater in Griffin Park? And I went up there after the radio show the other day and looked at the symbolism up in Griffin Park and at the Greek Theater and at that Manly Palmer Hall location that sits down another one of those streets, Manly Palmer Hall, who was a big-time Masonic writer. And there's a ton of symbolism hidden in and around those areas. And soon we'll get it on videotape and share it with you. Some of the things we saw that we went around on that little escapade there up in the mountain. Selection of Emmett Scott as grandsire Archon was one of the singular events of the Sigma Pi Phi's history, which had significance for its war relationships during these years. Archon Scott had served during World War I at the years 1917 to 1919 as Special Assistant to Secretary of War Newton Baker. Well, that only further verifies where he was but it doesn't say he was a spy. Which the story collaborated he was. Now y'all all right? Y'all need intermission?
No.
Y'all look like y'all